what happened is, just like on this torque converter, this part bolts to the crankshaft, and that sits somewhere like that in here, something like that. Either way, that's how it's pretty much supposed to be, minus the big ass crack. What's going on, world? It's your man Pat Caesar LLC, mobile mechanic and roadside services. We at the shop right now, man, and I got the F Super Duty 350 back here again. JC. Breathing in that prana. So either way, what happened is, well, we got a little clanking noise, man. So I'm gonna give you the whole backdrop of what happened. I got a call from an insurance company. Big job. I'm like, cool. Had to do a 2.5 hour tow with a wheelchair van. I said, okay. So, my battery died. I have no footage of this. It's like the first time I've ever, I think I got pictures, but I have no video footage because my GoPro died. All 3 of my GoPros are dead at the same time. It's horrible. So either way, load up the truck. I took my tow truck first, picked it up with the tow truck, went to the house, grabbed this truck and trailer, which right before I did this now, I had just, what did I just do? I just dropped the transmission for some reason. What the heck happened? I don't even remember. Something happened where what the heck happened? I don't remember now. I really don't remember. I did this like a week ago. Well, something happened and I had to drop the transmission. I can't believe I can't remember this right now. That's crazy. Oh, Jesus Christ. There it is right here. It's right up, where'd I put it? Because the torque converter seal was leaking. And so I had to drop the tranny to put the torque converter seal in. And when I took it down, I also put another seal in that sits on the input shaft. Because I'm like, well, if I'm gonna change one, I'm gonna change both of them, right? So put everything back in. Everything was great, feeling good, A1. I do a tow to Orlando, come back. Now I got a tow to take down to Fort Myers, Naples area. Love that area. Fast forward, I get the van loaded on my tow truck, get my truck in the trailer, load the truck up, trailer. I got all the kids with me. We got everything going on. I get down there and I'm literally 2 hours, 27 minutes into this trip, as it took me like 10 minutes longer because of traffic. 10 minutes from the gentleman's house, I started to hear clack, 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 clack. And I'm like, oh my goodness, this motor better not be blown. like, oh man, you don't even understand. This is my second V10. I don't, there was years I didn't record, but I've had one before, but it was a single wheelbase and I used it for the same purposes. But every time I cranked that truck up, I swear to God, it was every single time for like the year that I had it, it was always something. I swore I would never get another old one again. It had like 360,000 miles on it. It still ran strong, but it was just always something. Then the guy let it sit for like 5 years. I mean, I paid too much. It was horrible. But either way, I get 10 minutes down. Getting ready to finish up this tow. It starts clicking and clacking. I pull over. I'm looking around. I'm like, hold on, that ain't the bottom end. That's coming from the transmission. I'm like, oh, don't tell me the damn torque converter done went out on me. This is crazy. I still got this guy's vehicle loaded up. So I was like, you know what? Damn it, we got to at least get it down there. So I pull over. I check the fluid. I check the transmission fluid. I'm like, huh. Well, I look under there, and I'm like, oh, well, it's leaking a little bit, but it's holding transmission fluid. So I'm like, damn, maybe the transmission pump done went out. I get down there, I unload the vehicle, I come back, I get maybe 15, 20 minutes up the road, and I hear, and that was it, all she wrote. I'm like, wow, this is crazy. So let me explain what actually happened. I'm gonna get me a lift. I'm gonna get me a lift soon because I'm done with working on the ground like this. Oh, I already moved it. So I dropped the transmission again, and now I'm waiting for parts. And as you can see that rod. See how you can tell that torque converter had been riding on something? That's a big problem. The second thing is, I didn't realize until the first time I brought this down that somebody had already changed this torque converter before. The date is somewhere on here, but it said like 5/19/20. Today I'm recording this and it is July 16th. So not too long ago, somebody had already changed this out. But this is my problem. And you might be like, well, what the heck? So what this is the flex plate. This on one side bolts in the torque converter, and here is where you bolt to the crankshaft. And it's missing because this part is still in the transmission. So to give you a better illustration, this is why my Cadillac is still sitting up here, because when this happened to this, it literally took out the pump of the transmission. That's the only reason I still got this transmission here, and I haven't put it in the truck because I'm waiting to get another one. And I've put already 3 in here, and all of the transmissions have been bad. So I was like, I'll just save up and get it rebuilt because I really like my truck. But what happens essentially, this is a torque converter, or not a torque converter. This is, hey! My mom just came up here. Hold on, say hey for the camera.
Hey, camera.
All right, y'all, give me a minute, I'm gonna get right back to it. All right, got some love from family. So, what happened is, just like on this torque converter, this part bolts to the crankshaft. And that sits somewhere like that in here, something like that. Either way, that's how it's pretty much supposed to be, minus the big ass crack. Now I don't know what causes this, but I just wanted to make a video about engine diagnosing and you know, dealership theories of practice. I finally understand now why if you go to the dealer it's so expensive, and it's really because they just make sure to have a 0 return policy. What that means is, because this is down, you got to do, if you were to take it to the dealer, they'd be like, you know, we're going to recommend torque converter seal, input shaft seal, rear main seal, flex plate, torque converter update for balancing. I mean, all types of X, Y, and Z, because they don't want you to come back, because that's like I said, I think I put 300 miles on here since I just put that seal in, and it run perfectly. There was no leaks, but I had no idea that there was a big ass crack around here. So now my problem is, I'm also not gonna have to change the flex plate. I gotta get me a lift. All right. But the torque converter itself, because it's done rounded out. And what that means is now it's done made it come out of balance. I'm not gonna take the chance, because this is supposed to be my new tow truck. This will get, I don't know if I'm gonna do in the bed boom repo lift, or if I'm gonna do the sneaker on the bottom. But you know, I had some bread ready to allocate towards that, but this is the second time the truck is broke down. My wife is like, get rid of the truck, get rid of the truck, just go buy a truck that's already set up that can handle it. But I'm like, no, I already got it. And the main reason why is because the same problem that I just went through, this is finding a need in the world. The same problem I just went through, I'm down and I'm 2 hours away, and the best quote I got to tow me back was $800. The problem is they couldn't even accept the $800 because they had no place to put my wife, myself, my 3 kids. They had a single cab truck, and I had a 18-foot trailer on back of here, even though it wasn't loaded. So this is my problem, and now I'm just waiting to get so thin. You would think that they would make this thicker. So what I'm gonna do is go ahead and just go get me a super over-the-top heavy-duty one. Order me, I don't know what style converter I'm gonna go with, but I'm gonna upgrade all that stuff, because when this thing pulls this time, I want it to pull and be able to go like 80-90 miles an hour and not have to miss a beat. So we ain't doing this no more. I don't know if I'm gonna change the rear main seal, because I believe it was already serviced from the way it looks. All right, I gotta go get my light, but I'm gonna leave it where it's at for a minute. There we go. Probably can't even see nothing. You can't see. I have to go get my light, but 3, 6, 7, 8. So it's an 8 bolt. But yeah, I'm not doing this again. And it's the same thing with my Cadillac. And what I believe it is that although this truck was made to do what I'm doing with it, ultimately I think I just need to get like a heavy, I'm gonna just have to go with like a 450 or a 650. Hey there, I'm gonna have to go with like a 450. Hold on 1 second, I'm making a video. What? I'm gonna have to go with like a 450 or a 650 because I towed way too much and I towed way too big of equipment. Like this whole thing was supposed to be for a medium duty. The point that I was trying to get at is that I needed something 4-door, like, and this is a full 4-door, not the extra little door. This truck is huge, don't get me wrong, but when people break down, and this happens more times than not, they need a way to get themselves and their family transported and their vehicle to wherever they gotta go. Case in point, a few days before this happened, a family called me from Miami heading to Claremont. I was the same exact distance from where I'm at in Frostproof and Avon Park to Claremont. And they asked me how much it was. I gave them a price which is similar to the same price that the guy gave me, but I got the same exact problem with them that the guy had with me, and that was, bro, I can't even do it because I have no way to take your car and take your family. You cannot legally put people in the car and tow the car. Lord forbid something happens, you going to jail. So, or at least you're gonna get, you know, fined to the point where you're out of business. So this video, not to draw it out too much longer, watch out for your diagnosis, because you can have something like this that makes a crackling sound that sounds exactly like a rod knock. It's not a rod knock. And it's very ways to test this. I really wish I had video footage so you guys could have heard how it sounded beforehand. That's the first thing. The second thing is you want to make sure that if you're gonna do it, man, do it all, you know what I mean? So I've already done everything on the transmission side. Now it's like, okay, I got to do it from the torque converter to the engine side, and this is one of those things about being in business that you just you got to just live with, man. It is what it is, and you learn from it and do better. So I hope you guys found some information informative out of here. This is some good transmission fluid that I just put in like a week ago that I am trying to save and put back in. We're gonna get this thing back up and rolling, and then just watch out, just keep watching the progress. Like I say, if this thing, if I have one more problem, it's gone, I'm gonna be honest with you. But if not, it's getting the wheel lift, and we're gonna turn this into the second tow truck because I'm tired of trying to find a tow truck and people wanting down $25,000 with something with 300,000 miles on it. That's just what it is. So like, share, subscribe. Thank y'all for watching. If you want to be a fast tow pro, you want to learn how we out here making moves, I'm gonna link my I don't know if it's gonna be an ebook or PDF, but I'm taking pre-orders for it right now. I'm giving all the game for this. So far I've got a PDF version, and if you want that, you can get it in the link below. And that's basically, this not on the towing side, this is just on the roadside thing: lockout, fuel delivery, tire changes, I guess light duty towing too. But the towing part is a whole nother monster, man. You can make a freaking killing, and that's what you're gonna find out once you go into the roadside game, that you can make a whole lot more with the towing, but there is gonna be some overhead, and this is type of one of those overheads. So if you don't turn your own wrenches, I ain't gonna lie, man, you might wanna reconsider, because it's tough. It's tough. But either way, we're gonna leave it right there. Thank you guys for watching, tuning in. If you need any additional research information, man, hit me up at CesarAuto.com. Leave a comment in the comment sections below. Let me know what you guys feeling. Have you ever had a flex plate break before? Have you ever gone through this? Are you thinking about getting into towing? Holla at me. Llámame. All right, till next time, mi gente, be pro mundo beneficio siempre. Peace. Chevy gang.